Okay, so today, as I was painting, I was contemplating the video that I just uploaded to YouTube and the different things that are connected with those thoughts and those concepts. And this is what was given to me. I have typed this out, so I'm going to read it now. And I will explain anything that I feel needs explanation as I go. This is titled, What It Means to Be the Expression of God in This Moment. You are God having an experience of limitation. You have agreed to a collective journey with all of your brothers and sisters here. You agreed to the conditions of this reality before your birth. Some of you have come to effect changes to the system, which has gotten out of control. By out of control, we mean has become unacceptably tyrannical in nature. The system of reality construct here has become one of pain, struggle, slavery, to a point which is no longer acceptable for you and those who are here at this time. The call went out for help, and many of you have answered. This particular experiment was one that tied you all together in a vast soup of reality. I'm going to stop here a second because I should really tell you what this means. When they say this particular experiment, they're talking about this whole earthly free will, choice, what we experience here on earth, and from the beginning of time, we shall say, okay? So they're talking about the beginning of creation on this planet as humans began being born here. So that's what they mean by this. This particular experiment was one that tied you all together in a vast soup of reality. All things, choices, thoughts, beliefs, and actions causing ripples in a space of happenings. You have experienced this soup of collective experiment. Now you are beginning to undo or break away from those influences of collective reality. You are coming into your divine power of creative manifestation. You are no longer willing to conform to the system that once ruled or governed your every day. This blessing is yours. As the incarnation, okay, and I'm going to stop here a second. They define incarnation as this material manifestation of source truth on this plane of existence. Okay, I'm going to read that again. They define incarnation as material manifestation of source truth on this plane of existence. Okay, as the incarnation of an individual point of attention of the all you call God, you gift to all the knowledge of experience of limitation as lived by you. Your journey here is specific to your point of attention. God cannot experience what it is to be limited, but through and by you, the children given individualized focus. God knows only the totality of all things everywhere. You, as the specifically engineered awareness in form, reports experience back to those who benefit greatly by your journey. Your journey can be one of joy if you pursue that which brings you joy, or one of hardship if hardship is your focus. By free will, you choose how you relate to the situations and circumstances which come into your awareness. Not one of you exactly the same. There would be no need for identical experiences, but there is great glory in the differences, no matter how seemingly small. The enlightened form of expression of God, okay, in that they're speaking about the people that are more seemingly labeled enlightened on this planet. So the masters, right? The spiritual masters is who they're referring to. The enlightened form of expression of God sees and experiences through the relativity of itself as God in form of experience, and the other labels are done away with. Many of you are well on your way to knowing yourself as that, what you are in truth. The Course teaches you that all things have only the value that you give them. They only mean what you determine that they mean. In this way, you are writing your own story. His story is only the way any one of you chooses to relate to any given happening. That is what it has been to be a human here. What it is to be a human here is being transformed. Now, what I find interesting about this is as I was typing it, being transformed was typed as capital letters. Okay, so capital B for being and transformed as a capital T. What the information that came to me, it's hard to communicate in language, but what that is we are the being, the divine essence in transformation. Okay, based on the situations, circumstances, all of these things. It's how will we relate to, how will I as God, as Christ, as divine, express myself in the midst of what is occurring. Okay, so back to this. Being transformed, right? And it says, read that again. Being transformed. You have all gone through this transformation process at the rate that was perfect for you as the expression of God in form. And I'm going to go back a second because where it says as the expression, this was defined in parentheses as specific focus of God through your special lens of awareness. Okay, so I'm going to read that again. As the expression or specific focus of God through your special lens of awareness, you have experienced, and I'm just paraphrasing now, this being transformed. Okay? All right, back to this. You are transitioning into an experience of earth and humanity that may not be completely foreign to you. Some of you remember still a time of great abundance, freedom, cooperation, and celebration of the joys of having this experience. Those days are not coming back, but through this transformation will be known anew. You are the glory of God. God is glorified by you and through you. Know yourself as Christ, which is simply the divine essence of God, ready for the experience of limitation as you know it. Each of you knows the experience of Christ in their own perfect way. You are loved more than you know. That is all for now. In peace and love, may you be blessed.